So this week on Literacy with Lydia, we are going to be kicking off an original short story that I wrote back in 2016 called The Unplanter. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, there was a woman who loved to plant seeds. Early each spring, she would rush to the market to carefully select the seeds she wanted to plant in the little garden behind her house. She especially loved looking at the pictures on the seed packets and imagining what her garden could be. Every year after she had purchased them, she would hurry home to plant the different seeds in her garden, singing and skipping the entire way. Like any good seed planter, every year she cleared the little plot of rocks and weeds and broke up the soil painstakingly, marking the rows where the seeds would go. Then she dropped the seeds into the dirt, one by one, and lovingly covered them with dirt. In the days that followed, every year she added fertilizer and water to the soil to make sure those seeds were getting the food and drink they needed. If it got too cold, she would cover the ground with blankets so the cold couldn't get to the seeds. And always she kept an eye out for weeds that might be trying to steal food and water from the seeds, or rocks that might be trying to keep the seeds from growing, or anything that might hurt the seeds. She waited and waited every year for a week at least to see if anything would happen, and nothing ever did. She worried. Were the seeds getting enough to eat and drink? Were the seeds getting too much to eat and drink? Were the seeds staying warm enough? Were they too warm? Was something hurting the seeds that she couldn't see? And so every year, a few days after planting them, she dug up the seeds and returned them to the market. "These seeds didn't grow into anything," she would say, spreading them out on the counter. "I'd like my money back, please." The man who sold her the seeds would frown, and every year he told her, "There's an old gardening term called staying." "What does that mean?" "It means that things have to stay planted in order to grow." But the woman didn't believe him, and so she continued planting seeds and digging them up for many years.